All new FBI agents are required to recite an oath as they graduate from the Academy at Quantico. It's not just a bunch of words. It's the reason I joined. I love America and believe it's worth defending with my life. In 1983, the FBI sent me to Taiwan to assist in the murder investigation of a United States citizen. It was there that I met Ming, a man who had endured an injustice that would force me to assess my constitution, my beliefs in the justice system, and the very foundation of our government in the U.S.
Welcome to Shanghai International Airport. 中华航空公司单机002号从台北飞往纽约，开始传7号登机人登机。
FBI, he's with me.
Hey! 站住！没事。
下士，这位美国人在台协会贵宾发他代言，我们先将他留在这里侦讯，请给我们10分钟，我要上去跟他谈谈。没关系，他不构成危险，请给我们几分钟好吗？
I just bought you some time. You okay? Here, take that. What the hell happened? You start telling me what is going on right now, or I am not going to be able to protect you.
Come on.
You have no authority here. This is Taiwan. And in case you hadn't noticed, I'm the only thing connecting you to your natural-born rights.
Henry Wen's body had all the earmarks of a mob-style killing, which is why I'm glad they brought you guys in.
Hey, that's a first.
Personally, I think this whole rivalry with the feds is a bunch of bullshit. I just want to catch a bad guys.
I'm with you.
Lisa, I like a straightforward gal.
It's Detective Gilbert, Agent Braxton.
We discovered an abnormality in the X-ray. His throat was scratched. Most of our examinations are fairly straightforward. This was an exception.
We pulled this from his trachea.
This is Chinese?
Taiwanese, actually. I thought it might be a connection to the Iron Blood Patriots, a Taiwanese gang with known affiliates here in the U.S.
Iron Blood Patriots?
Yeah. And this was found here at the crime scene. These cigarettes are unavailable for purchase here in the States. I thought that the evidence suggested something somewhat outside my jurisdiction.
Could very well be, Detective.
Henry Wen was a professor of economics.
This is what they're teaching these days? Not your run-of-the-mill course study.
Did you find anything linking him to the Taiwanese mob?
No, neither at the house. And his widow was very helpful, which is certainly not typical of a mob-related crime.
They killed him because of his work. There were spies watching him.
Any insight from the university?
We interviewed his fellow professors and students. He was well liked and respected. He taught economics, and apparently he was writing a book.
What was the book about?
No one seems to know. Or at least that's what they're saying.
In fact, we were just celebrating Henry's tenure the night he was killed.
Coming into this country as a young man, an expert in number theory, and now being honored with tenure in what I feel is record time. to a man with great integrity. May we look ahead to many wonderful years. Let's raise our glasses for Professor Henry Wen.
Congratulations.
And when do we get to hear about the wonderful new book, Henry?
What book?
He was very well known in the Chinese community, their newspapers, etc.
Can you think of any reason why someone might want to kill him?
Apparently, he was a very outspoken critic of the current government in Taiwan. I can't imagine Henry's economic theories provoking anything more than esoteric argument.
But his wife suggested as much.
She thought he was being spied on.
Yeah, well, maybe she was scared shitless of this mob.
She was frightened.
Well, I'd say that's understandable.
She did mention 2 suspicious characters who were hanging out across from her house at the park, and this was confirmed by a neighbor.
I saw 2 guys in hooded sweatshirts on bikes.
Anything more specific?
They looked Oriental. I couldn't see them very well, but they would sit on their bikes right over there smoking cigarettes. I saw them twice, both times as I was going to work in the morning.
This looks like the work of amateurs.
They were made to look that way. What do you think they were looking for?
And did they find it?
How are you getting along?
On some level, I have been preparing for this for many years. But I am only now beginning to realize that you cannot prepare for something like this. We knew each other our whole lives. I attended a wedding at the Ambassador many years ago. I was a teenager. It's where I met my husband. You might want to talk to the groom. Tell him I send my regards. And I hope he is well.
Mrs. Wen was in the car when the whole thing happened. But she wasn't harmed. They didn't touch her.
It's awfully brazen.
They didn't seem to be concerned with getting caught or identified. The Wens were the last ones to leave the building that evening.
Yes.
Meeting with Mrs. Wen had stayed with me. I can't imagine what that must have been like. It's not often that a witness to a murder is spared. Why didn't they kill her?
Agent Kelly.
Yes.
Susan Kane, I'm the American liaison here. How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
She nodded. Let him take your bag. So, how was that flight?
It's good.
Long, huh? Okay, you settled into the hotel and you can get some rest. Agent Kelly, this is Mr. Kuo. He's our liaison with the government here.
Welcome to the Republic of China, Agent Kelly. It's an honor to have you here in the participation of the FBI. If there's anything I can do to make your stay here more productive, please do not hesitate to ask.
Thank you.
Superintendent Lo of the Police Prefecture. And Officer Chen of the Taiwan Bureau of Investigation. He's going to be your point person and you're assisting with the investigation.
We are looking forward to your expertise in finding the killers of Professor Webb.
你们被随便大步，你好大的，你抓住他，带走，走，你们在干嘛？没事，我跟你老实点。
All right, gentlemen, shall we?
I'm sorry you had to see that. Communist spy. You can imagine all the problems we have here.
Agent Kelly, we have planned some wonderful events for your visit. At dinner tonight, you will meet everyone that's going to rely on your knowledge, and we have some excellent seats to the ballet and the orchestra.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not here on vacation.
Of course, work is important, but this country has much to offer.
That's better. I've been here 4 months. I'm still not used to the humidity.
Never been through a Chicago summer, I take it.
Yeah, I'm a California girl.
Ah. You need to pick your assignments better.
Enjoy your stay, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you.
You all set?
All set.
So we'll send a car to pick you up about 6:30 for the dinner. And I'm going to recommend you take a nap. I mean, these affairs tend to be rather long, and believe me, it's going to be hard to leave early.
You know, I just need to wash up for a bit, and then I'd love to get to the bureau office.
If I may, we go to the dinner tonight, we have a couple of drinks, get to know everybody a little bit. You break through the formality here and these doors just open.
When in Rome.
Exactly. When in Rome.
All right. Thanks.
Get some rest.
Yeah, I'm sorry, do you speak English?
Yes.
Terrific. Is this the National Palace Museum?
Yes.
I'm calling to talk to Dr. Huang Li Pei.
Dr. Huang is out.
Dr. Huang, sorry. Do you know when he'll be back?
He's gone for the rest of the day. Would you like to leave a message?
No, that's all right. I will call him back myself. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Taiwanese beer for you? Straight whiskey for me? Never even liked this stuff before I got here.
When in Rome.
You know, sometimes I think this government spends more of our money on entertainment than defense.
Agent Kelly, Susan, did you find time to see some of our city?
Unfortunately, I didn't get out of the hotel. As you can imagine, I'm itching to get to work.
晚宴开始，请贵宾现在入席。
I think we called to dinner. I hope you guys are hungry. 各位朋友，如果今晚交付不周，请你们多多包涵。我很荣幸，今晚在此代表我们的政府，欢迎美国来的贵宾，美国联邦调查局的派利干员。我们所敬爱的总统再次重申中华民国政府保卫人民及中国主权的决心，联防共产党的渗透破坏，更不遗余力地打击犯罪组织。让我们一起举杯，向我们伟大的政府，向我们伟大的总统对抗万恶共产党的决心最巨大之敬意，齐面早意统一大陆，解救苦难同胞，要向我们的美国盟友万分谢意。
干杯！
干杯！干杯！
请。
Well, I should be honored.
Oh, there's plenty more where that came from.
Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you enjoyed your evening, Agent Kelly. It was a great success. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
What's with the bags? Old-fashioned statement?
A political statement. Or maybe they just don't want to be identified.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're the killers. I mean, it's not like you can tell these people apart anyway without the bags.
Or an asshole. The bill they pulled from Wen's throat. The Chinese mafia, when they make a hit, they leave a little bit of money behind to pay off the ghost of the victim.
That's very thoughtful.
I'm having a hard time seeing this guy as some kind of gangster.
Well, trust me, as you limp toward retirement, it's gonna get easier.
I had a lot of calls come in. I think we should go.
No, we're just wrapping up. What about you? You finding anything?
Just a monthly wire transfer of $1,000 a pop.
You're kidding me.
Crime ain't funny, Jake.
Well, why didn't you tell me this from the start of the conversation?
Because the recipient is, drumroll please, the Presbyterian Church of Taipei. Yeah, this mob connection thing, you're right, it's a little thin.
Well, keep working it. I appreciate and value your years of experience. It's a good thing Braxton's not here. He hates Chinese. You gotta be kidding me. How many calls have we got?
Hundreds, most of them worthless.
Anything jump out at you?
Maybe. We got a call from a convenience store owner. He says 2 Asian guys come in, and as they're leaving, he's not sure, but he thinks they're driving a brown Cutlass Sierra.
Okay, where was this?
But Bryn Mawr and Cicero?
6 blocks from the university.
Right. So I do a little research, and I find out the most commonly rented car from O'Hare is a Cutlass Sierra. But using the cigarette butts as a guide, I make a short list of everybody who arrives from Taiwan and China who rents a Sierra.
Nice work.
Don't get too excited. This isn't that short.
So what do we got?
Okay, so I just got a call from motel manager. He says 2 Chinese guys checked in the other day. They don't speak very good English, and they're driving a Sierra.
Wait, that's a motel?
Right.
That's a convenience store? And that's the university?
Right off the expressway.
That's worth checking out.
Hi, I'm Detective Gilbert from Chicago Police Department. Called in about 2 Chinese men.
Oh, uh-huh. That's them.
David Wu, James Lee.
They're in room 36.
No Cutlass Sierra. Here. Take a look around here. I'm gonna check the back. Lisa put 2 bikes out here. Let's get some backup.
Lisa, you copy?
Lisa, do you copy?
Freeze, police!
Stop, FBI!
It's clear. It's clear.
This is Agent Kelly, FBI. Shots fired. Officer down. 4229 West Cicero, room 36. So, did you find anything?
Doesn't hurt that much, actually.
They're in Taipei. Cutlass Sierra was found this morning in an abandoned tire factory in the south side. She was right.
Who?
Lisa. Car was rented from O'Hare 2 days before one was killed by James Lee. The same James Lee bought a ticket to Taipei, paid cash for it. The second ticket was for David Wu.
So these guys flew out of O'Hare? Passport control had these sketches?
Yep.
How the hell did they get out?
Anything from the locals?
Nothing. They believe that these are false identities.
Interpol?
Same.
And I've got this senator in charge of some committee on Asian affairs crawling up my ass on this. Seems he's making the professor his pet project.
Wants to turn this into a goddamn press event because this murder was of a U.S. citizen, and especially because the suspects crossed the border.
Made in Taiwan.
Yeah. But, seeing as how we don't have an official relationship with them anymore, we can't extradite anyway. So State is telling me that we are being allowed one emissary to observe and possibly assist in their investigation.
Why are you looking at me?
You're senior.
And when I left Nam, I pissed out the door of that chopper. You can send me to Europe.
So how's your Chinese, Kelly?
Non-existent, sir.
Well, that's tough because you're up at bat.
Okay.
And just remember, you're being invited to assist.
What does that mean?
Don't be a cowboy. Let them do their jobs.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's Jake.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, sick of the food yet?
Let's just say these people like to drink. I would too if I lived in a fucking police state.
Yeah, me too, but don't tell anybody. So what'd you find out?
Nothing. Going in to ID some photos tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
These people don't seem to view the case with the same urgency we do. I'll call you tomorrow after I actually get to work.
Okay. Don't forget. I worry about you.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
They're gonna take Lee's body away, and then the military police are gonna come back through that door, and they're gonna throw your ass in jail or worse. So you tell me right now, who gave you Lee?
Can you arrange an unconditional release?
No. There's nothing unconditional here.
All you get from me is name, rank, and serial number.
喂，你好。
Hello, do you speak English?
Yes.
I'm calling to speak with Dr. Huang Li Pei.
Who is calling?
This is Jake Kelly. Please tell him Mrs. Wen suggested I call.
This is Huang.
Dr. Huang. This is Agent Jake Kelly of the FBI. I'm in Taipei, assisting in the investigation of the murder of Wenming Hua.
A terrible tragedy.
Mrs. Wen asked me to give you her regards.
Are you hungry, Agent Kelly?
Hungry?
You eat breakfast, don't you? I can recommend an excellent restaurant. Leave the hotel, walk 5 blocks. The restaurant is on your right.
Thank you. Dr. Wong? It's not.
预备车3位会。你要吃什么？
I'm sorry, I don't... Do you speak English?
你要吃什么？吃。
No, thank you.
你不能坐在这里，如果你没有。
Okay, coffee. Coffee. Coffee?
Andy! 你们这里有共产党吗？保密防谍，人人有责，知道吗？你给我站起来！
不要啊！不要啊！
少啰嗦！
不要啊！不是我啊！
走
Don't.
走！安静！
不是我啊！不是我啊！救命啊！不是我啊！不要啊！闭嘴！
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey.
Hey. Speak English?
Please, sir, calm.
You know Dr. Wong?
He only asked you pay your bill.
First, we'll give you what we have on known gang members here in Taiwan. By the way you found Henry Wen, we believe he was assassinated by a group called the Iron Blood Patriots. They are very well represented in various U.S. cities, facilitating stolen electronics and drugs from the region. And your Professor Wen, he was a well-known boss of another gang, the Bamboo Tigers.
Really? Professor Wen was a well-respected academic. We're having a tough time picturing him as a mob boss.
As you can imagine, it's easier for us to infiltrate these groups than it would be for you. Unless, of course, the Bureau is actively recruiting native speakers of Taiwanese these days. Please. If you got a good look at the assassin, I assure you, you'll find him here. Someone once said, be careful for what you wish.
Well, right now I wish for a pot of coffee.
给他倒杯咖啡。 Well, Agent Kelly, what new information do you have for us?
They're not here. No James Lee, no David Wu.
That is impossible. This is the combined work of 3 security agencies on the island. Every gang member in Taiwan would be in these books.
Sorry.
I think you have made an inaccurate ID.
It was as close to me as you are right now. And I'd have no trouble IDing you.
Agent Kelly, how was your first day?
Mr. Kuo?
显然的，他看到的嫌犯不在我们的档案里。
真的? Well, Agent Kelly must be right. We will cross-check everything to make sure no one has fallen through the cracks.
我马上叫手下去办。
好，先去。Now, in the meantime, Agent Kelly, you've earned some serious R&R. I know some place special for me to take you. Really special. Come on.
Sounds good.
Good. We have a private room for dinner. Then I'm going to introduce you to some VIPs. You're going to be in very exclusive company, Agent Kelly. Very few people get to see a party in a sanctum.
Just me and the CIA spooks at the table there, huh?
You guys are great.
You have some imagination, Agent Kelly. I suppose in your line of work, it comes in handy, huh? Come on.
So who else would like to come in here?
Businessmen, representatives of your Boeing or Lockheed, perhaps? Yeah, I'll joke with the If you would excuse me, I'm going to check the kitchen. They make a very, very good New York steak. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank God for that guy, right? Here on business?
Yeah.
Well, then you know what I mean. Did you know there's hundreds of missiles being pointed at us right now from China?
No, I didn't.
And for what? Christ. The Reds are already going to get Hong Kong back with the Brits in charge, that's for sure. But that guy right there is the only thing that's keeping Taiwan safe from making money.
And democracy.
Yeah, that too. That too, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Any other kind should cause Taiwan to have any concern.
Choose a backup flight.
Yeah. We're gonna make sure that that's all.
Got everyone on board putting in the ship.
Yes, operator, I would like to call the United States, please. Thank you.
Braxton.
It's me.
Hey, how's it going? You sound tired.
Bam.
Yeah? Too much partying over there, or did they finally put you to work?
Yeah. Except it turns out their complete records weren't exactly complete.
No kidding. So now what do you do?
Show up tomorrow, they pull more files.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What's that noise? You got somebody coming up? You got a girl coming up over there or something?
Yeah, several. I'll call you tomorrow.
Hello?
Can I help you?
I always wanted to meet an FBI agent. Consider my friendship as a token of our president's appreciation.
Please tell Mr. Kuo thank you, but no thanks.
You don't find me attractive?
I find you very attractive. The
I find
problem
you
is...
very sexy, agent. Don't use your phone. They're listening.
Who's listening?
Feel angry. Throw me out. Meet me in Anna in 10 minutes.
Get out.
You don't like girls?
I don't like horse. Come on. Get out.
How the hell did you think you were going to get a known felon in Taiwan on a plane to the States?
That's why I called you.
I don't work for you. And I don't have unlimited powers. You want to talk to an ambassador?
Don't give me
you
that.
head across the Taiwan Strait and go up to Beijing.
No. Government here is highly dependent on ours.
No, the government here, and ours I might add, are only concerned with making sure this island doesn't become subject to a communist takeover. And that's it.
Oh, come on! I don't buy for 1 second that you believe that. You're not stupid and you're not naive. How does arresting me prevent a communist takeover, huh? Where are you going with this?
Will we follow?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
All right, it's dangerous here.
Who are you?
My name is Mei Sing. Dr. Huang sent me, okay? Let's go.
Shing, who are you afraid of? What's going on?
Did you enjoy your dinner tonight, Agent Kelly? Did they keep your drink full?
So what are you saying?
They received a tip on Wu Dawei. His name is David Wu in your country. They know where he's hiding, and they're already making their move. Come, we're close. He's in the last room on the first floor.
FBI，站住！站住！开枪！开人进去！开！不要乱动！开枪！别让他们进来了！他来这里干什么 ？Why wasn't I called about this？ 把他带走！带走！马上带走！干！
我了解他妨碍了警察公务，但我很确定他不会故意不尊重你们。我保证他以后不会再越权了。
What were you thinking?
It was a takedown. I thought I should at least be advising.
Christ. You could have been shot on sight, and then I'd really have a mess on my hands, wouldn't I?
This morning, they have no idea who David Wu is. Less than 24 hours later, they're staging a major raid with half the Taiwanese army to assassinate him.
This is not a conspiracy.
No. No, it's his mom theory they keep pushing down my throat.
The gangs here are very well connected, and unfortunately, we have almost no control over corruption.
Henry Wen is not a gangster.
We're outsiders here. They do things differently, and they're not going to let us on the inside.
Military maintains an awfully high profile here.
Well, they've been in a state of martial law since '47. I think it's very difficult for us to understand that constant threat of invasion. The threat of a communist takeover. Very hard.
front desk. May I help you, Mr. Kelly? Mr. Kelly, hello?
Phone's been ringing off the hook for 3 hours.
Let me guess. Susan Kane.
Washington.
Washington?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know you had it in you, but you're apparently kicking up a shitstorm over there.
Tom, I'm telling you, they had 30 guys between him and the door, and they shot him.
It's their show.
Yeah, and they're taking me out to dinner while the raid's going down.
You're only there to assist.
How am I supposed to assist if they're killing the suspects, Tom? I'm telling you, something bigger's going on here. I'll know more soon, I think.
Yeah, well, when you know, be sure to let us know.
I gotta go.
Why am I not surprised?
I am glad you do not dismiss a lowly waiter, Agent Kelly. I am Ming.
Dr. Wong is here?
I will take you to him.
So you knew Professor Wen? No, I didn't know him. Chicago's a big place. And what did you know about him? He seemed very well liked. His wife was very nice. There was a big demonstration on campus protesting his death. And this demonstration, what was it trying to say? It was trying to connect his death to your government. Does that seem impossible to you? Well, I know about his affiliation with the Bamboo Tigers gang. You really must speak with Dr. Wong.
How does arresting me prevent a communist takeover, huh? Where are you going with this?
Why were you meeting with Dr. Wong?
Wong was Wen's mentor. Wen's widow wanted me to say hi.
So you went all the way down to Kaohsiung to say hi?
If I tell you, can you get them to release Ming to me?
I can talk to the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Not good enough.
You know what, let me tell you something. This is some little investigation that you can control at your field office. I don't think you understand exactly what's going on here.
Yeah. You?
How is Mrs. Wen?
Under the circumstances, she seems like a very strong woman.
When I last saw her, she was a shy, beautiful bride. Wen was very happy. His was a terrible loss. Are you close to finding his murderers?
Unfortunately, I seem to be somewhat outside the investigation. They're not giving me much to go on.
It's just very frustrating, I'm sure.
So who would want to kill Henry Wen?
Are the police telling you the mob is responsible?
Yes. And I don't think Henry Wen had anything to do with the mob.
I'm proud of my student, Henry Wen. He did what I could not do.
What's that?
He made the ultimate sacrifice. He left his country in order to make it better for his people. Being in your country, a free country, he could speak freely. What do you know about our country's history?
Under Japanese occupation until the end of World War II. And then when Chiang Kai-shek and his army were forced out of China by Mao Zedong, he established control here.
He's been protecting Taiwan from the communist invasion from mainland China ever since.
I guess that information has been approved by the State Department. This island has been controlled by foreigners for a long time. To establish control, Chiang Kai-shek imposed martial law. It didn't matter the people here were harassed, arrested, tortured. It didn't matter the people here were forced to speak Mandarin. We were fined for speaking our own language, Taiwanese. In America, one was able to write about all these things. There are 18 million native Taiwanese on this island. About 2 million mainland Chinese rule them. And the minute your President Nixon shook the hand of Chairman Mao, the government saw their days was numbered. They are desperate.
Desperate enough to kill an American on American soil?
Kill the chicken to scare the monkey. Fear made us lose our awareness. It can turn us into cowards as well. I do not wish to offend you, Agent Kelly. You might ask yourself why your government sent you here. You do not seem to be an expert on Taiwan.
I was the only one who could identify Wen's killer.
But they already know who killed Professor Wen.
But what's important is, we all can say we did what is right. And I owe this to Wen. We must finish Wen's work. Wen sent this to me. Now you will review its contents.
You don't want to give that to me. If you were to give me evidence, I'd have to turn it in.
We all have to believe in something, Agent Kelly. And I choose to believe, as did Henry, in the ideals of the United States.
What about you? Aren't you worried about what's going to happen to you?
I am the chief curator of the greatest collection of Chinese art in the world. I'm thus useful to the government. If I were not, I would not have been here to meet you. Finally, I too am doing the right thing. Thank you, Agent Kelly. Thank you. Ming.
家兄，请多谢。
小心一点。Bye.
They are speaking in Taiwanese, not Chinese.
What's 228?
February 28, 1947. Chiang Kai-shek's army killed 20,000 Taiwanese in 1 week. It's illegal to talk about it.
What are they saying?
Independence.
You and Dr. Wong talked for what? For 20 minutes, apparently.
So you knew I was being followed?
This is in the U.S. You're a visitor going outside your directives. Well, you're not much of an agent if you don't know that you haven't been watched since you got here.
Whose side are you on?
I could ask you the same question. You've been withholding evidence, aiding a communist spy.
Was this your government briefing now?
The military command briefs me as a courtesy.
All right, let's cut through the bull then. Why don't you tell me what you know?
All right, here's what I know. An emissary of the United States was seen at an anti-government rally. That doesn't look too good.
This government ordered its army to fire into a group of unarmed civilians who were trying to stage a peaceful protest. How does that look? I'm gonna get back to the hotel.
It's late. Please stay.
No. I don't have time.
Let me get some tea.
I can't believe the army took fire in the crowd like that.
They were ordered to do so.
Why?
It was a pro-democracy rally. The government needs no publicity about 228. And they have done such a good job that no one outside this island knows about it. That is why we suspect they killed Henry Wen. He was trying to expose it to the rest of the world.
What happened?
After World War II, the Japanese left after 50 years, and we were very happy. Then the Chinese Civil War started, and Chiang Kai-shek's army began to lose against Mao Zedong and the communists. Chiang's army started to come to Taiwan. At first, we were happy because most of our ancestors are from the mainland. But then, we began to realize why they were losing the war. It's because they stole from people on the mainland in the same way they would steal from us. They came to Taiwan and saw how rich we were. They acted like they owned everything. On February 28, 1947, we native Taiwanese got together and marched and demanded for justice and order. They responded by sending a battalion to kill us. They were very specific about who they killed. They killed politicians, businessmen, journalists, intellectuals, anybody who could create a government. This entire generation of leaders. My father was a civil engineer. He was taken from our house and dragged to the river with 5 other unlucky men. They were tied together. They shot one of them in the head. And he dragged the 4 others down with him. My father was the last to drown. You should drink your tea. It's a healing tea. The Chinese say we are their brothers. But if we are brothers, why do they treat us like this?
Thank you.
Hey, my child alone.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Taiwanese are suffering enough now. We know that there are government agents on every major university campus in the United States.
Good morning.
Morning.
There's a shirt for you.
Thank you.
刚当好一杯。
How did Wen get the tape overseas to Dr. Huang without the government getting it?
Even the government is not organized enough to deal with the chaos of our mail system.
What's on the tape?
It's a dictation of the major events of Wen's book. It's backup. He sensed he was in danger.
What's the book about?
He was writing about the Taiwanese government's systematic use of the Chinese mob. The gangs sell drugs and use the money to buy arms in other countries, including the United States. They create fear by spying on their own people, laundering money, even killing political dissidents.
Susan. 请等一下。
走，快走，走。
Agent Kelly, where the hell have you been? We've been looking for you all morning. Look, I don't know what's going on, but I suggest you play this very cool. Let me do the talking and try not to say anything stupid.
Where's Quo?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thank you for coming.
I would like to take this opportunity to reiterate the importance the United States places on finding Li Shenchen.
We are aware of your concerns, Ms. Kane. And I assure you that we want to find him as much as you do.
Thank you.
You want to find Lee, or do you want to assassinate him? I saw how efficiently you apprehended David Wu.
We can all appreciate, I'm sure, Agent Kelly's frustration.
Please, Ms. Kane. Agent Kelly understands what is occurring here. We are eager to hear from him.
Well, perhaps you can tell us what you were doing then.
I was doing what I was sent here to do. I was observing. Perhaps you'd like to tell me the next time you carry out a raid on one of my suspects.
The suspects are no longer your suspects. This is our investigation.
And if I'm to tell you any information regarding it,
it will be out of courtesy.
I am quite certain we all want to find Li Shenchen. I am curious, though. How did you know where it was?
I was out for a stroll. I saw some police activity. I decided to follow it.
Then perhaps you could tell me what you were doing
at an illegal protest in Zhaojiang yesterday.
Excuse me?
Surely you were not just out for a stroll then?
No, I received a tip that Li was being hidden in Kaohsiung.
And was he?
I don't know. I was beaten over the head by police before I could find out.
Independently pursuing leads can compromise our and Officer Chen's investigations.
The last thing I want to do is compromise this investigation. And if I've somehow done that, I apologize to you and Officer Chen.
Given the current state of unrest, we fear it is no longer safe for you to be here. Your assistance is greatly appreciated, but we would kindly request that you leave the country no later than tomorrow afternoon. Miss Kane.
Of course.
I trust that this will be enough time for you to wrap up all the affairs here.
Thank you, gentlemen. Agent Kelly?
Can't leave yet.
My hands are absolutely tied. We have no official relationship with this country. You're lucky they didn't throw you in jail.
B is the key to this whole thing. He can blow it wide open. It's why they want to get rid of me and get to him first.
This is their investigation.
There's not going to be an investigation. They're going to kill him.
What exactly are you driving at here?
The Taiwanese government conspired to have one killed.
Listen, even if that was true, you'd never be able to prove it.
No, not without Li.
我们是美国在台协会。
过去，继续开，不要停。
Listen to what you are saying. You're thinking of indicting the Taiwanese government for murdering a U.S. citizen on U.S. soil. Look, I'm really sorry it has come to this. But you're gonna have to let this one go. Don't leave the hotel without calling me. What's he doing?
Hello, operator. I'd like to call the United States Collect.
1 moment, please.
Hello.
Tom.
Jake. So, did you find out anything?
Is Daltrey there?
What do you want to talk to Daltrey for? He's gone.
They're sending me home.
What?
It seems they've overstayed my welcome. This is bullshit.
Yeah, well, shit. See, I told you to lay low.
It's tough to lay low when you're discovering the Taiwanese government had Wen murdered.
What? What did you just tell me?
Kind of makes sense the state was calling adultery.
Wait a minute. Run that by me one more time. What are you talking about? Jake? Jake? Jake!
One's dead. It's not safe for you. You have to go. They'll be coming after you next. Come on.
Come.
I see you have met my sister. She has contacts at the security police.
Charlie.
Victims of torture.
From Kaohsiung?
Some perhaps. This was made by blowtorch. You see for yourself the words of Dr. Huang. It's good fortune you were at the protest in Kaohsiung. I believe they have started something that cannot be stopped.
I hear. Like. I'm sorry, but the security police have information that Li Xinchen has fled to Hong Kong.
It's my custody.
Say.
给他点火烧的滋味。
If you hold still, I'll remove your handcuffs. You may remove your blindfold. Don't worry. You're safe. You're a lucky man, Agent Kelly. After your capture, I lost track of you for many hours. And I was afraid one of my subordinates executed you under his own authority. That would have been unfortunate. You're certainly not the pushover our government was expecting.
Where's Ming?
You will see him soon. Change can come from anywhere. Like my friend Wang, some prefers to work from the inside.
Wang's dead. Why should I trust you?
You have no reason to. What if I told you that your suspect, Wu Daiwei, and Li Xingshan were members of an organization called the Iron Blood Patriots, and that this organization was contracted to assassinate Professor Wen?
You'd just be confirming something I already suspected. So the government was involved? Military command?
Of course. But the order came from higher up. The primary patron of the Iron Blood Patriot is the son of the president.
So they killed Wen to save face?
Yes.
But why risk alienating the U.S.?
That decision was foolish. As are many of the decisions I encounter these days.
Did you know about it?
Would you believe me if I say no?
I'd have my doubts.
As you should. This is tricky business here, Agent Kelly. We must maintain sight of the end game at all times, although they won't admit it. This government feels backed into a corner, so much so that they are right now finalizing a deal with several American businessmen to fund and train Nicaraguan Contras to fight their pro-communist government. In exchange for that, the U.S. administration will back an arms deal to Taiwan exceeding $50 million. When President Nixon decided to back Communist China, the mainland gained advantage. The UN seat moved from Taipei to Beijing. But the biggest threat to our government is not the red giant from across the street. It is here in Taiwan. What the vast majority of the Taiwanese people want is a democratic government, separate and independent from China. Sounds reasonable to you as an American. China needs Taiwan. Taiwan does not need China. This is a fact the United States and the rest of the world have never understood. Henry Wen was Taiwanese. He was murdered and shot by mainlanders. Now that Wu Daiwei is dead, Li Xingshan knows that he is being hunted by his employers because we've made him more dangerous to the government than Henry Wen ever was.
And now he's fled to Hong Kong.
Be careful of your intelligence, Agent Kelly. We know exactly where he is. You see, unlike Wu Daiwei, Li Xingshan is a rather high-ranking member of the Patriots and is therefore afforded some protection. We've managed to get to a number of his captains, and they've agreed to a price to hand him over to us. We will move on him tonight.
And you want me to get to him before they do? How will I find him?
He's in a club, run by the Patriots. Your friend Ming will know.
They've released him?
I have arranged a suspension of your surveillance detail. You do not want to miss the last flight out, Agent Kelly. And I wish you luck with your last few hours in Taipei.
Okay? Are you all right? I know where Lee is. You help me find him. I'll bring him in.
只要是我的朋友，你以为你逃得了吗？
其实
我在等你们来。
What's he saying?
He says he's been waiting for us.
我知道我手下已经把我出卖给老 K 了，现在得去美国碰碰运气。
He says he knows his men have made a deal with the party, and that he would rather try his luck with the American courts.
Ask him why he killed Wen.
为什么要杀文教授？
老 K 本来开出的价码是不错的，现在才发现，这些人都是一群王八蛋。
He says the party made him a good deal at the time, but now he realizes they are not good partners.
Who hired him?
谁指使的？
你跟他说，只能保护我离开台湾的时候，我就把一切给你告诉你。
He says, once he is in your custody and off Taiwan, he will tell you everything.
Let's go.
Where are you?
Headed to the airport. There are 2 of us leaving tonight.
Impossible.
Not impossible. I'm gonna need your help getting them through security.
I don't have that kind of power. You guys are great.
I know you have enough leverage to broker a secret arms deal with Nicaragua.
I'll meet you at the security gate.
Right here. Stay safe, my friend.
I'm coming with you. No, Ming, you need to get out of here. It's not safe for you.
I do not care anymore.
You know what's gonna happen if they find you here.
The only thing left for me now is to see you get on that plane.
欢迎莅临中正国际机场。Welcome to Shanghai Sheikh International Airport. 中华航空公司单机2号从台北飞往纽约，开始在7号登机人登机。中华航空公司单机2号从台北飞往纽约，开启登机。
FBI, give me.
You've been nothing but a goddamn cowboy since you arrived. Reckless and arrogant, and that's going to cost the U.S. more in political capital than you're worth.
I didn't come here to see the opera.
You don't need to throw out 40 years of foreign policy for one man. You're not going to change anything. If you think justice for Wen is worth bringing down the last bastion we have against Red China, you're a traitor to this country.
Let me tell you something. Wen was going to tell the truth about what's going on here, and he was murdered by this government. If that's the policy, it deserves to be thrown out.
Just tell him you were bringing Lee to me. Yes, of course. What happened?
You wanted to wish me a good flight.
So you don't call, you don't write.
I was a little busy.
Yeah, Daltrey wants to hear all about it.
Every agent in this division is being subpoenaed to testify before a House committee to explain how the Federal Bureau of Investigation helped one of its own agents to violate international law.
I was sent to do a job, and I did that job to the best
You
of
were
my...
sent to observe and report, not to get our only suspect killed while trying to smuggle him illegally out of the country. If we'd wanted Elliot Ness, we would have sent Elliot Ness.
I was the only one over there trying to apprehend the suspect.
It seems to me that the only thing you did right was to turn over a known terrorist to the Taiwanese government, and you did that by accident.
Ming was not a terrorist. I would never have found Lee without him, and now we're leaving him for dead.
Well, that's an internal matter for the Taiwanese government.
Killed his family, Daltrey. His daughter wasn't a terrorist.
It's not our call.
Not our call? What about the truth? Does that matter anymore? What about finding Wen's killers?
They're not our people.
They're not our people! Wen's an American citizen. His widow is an American citizen.
Well, there are a lot of folks who don't see it that way.
Who doesn't see it that
way?
way?
Do you have proof that Wen was assassinated by the Taiwanese government? Because this is still the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and we deal in proof. And if you're going to create an international incident, you damn well better have something more than just your word to go on. And I am not about to jeopardize the rest of my career for a bunch of goddamn politics that I could care less about. Hey! The Taiwan Bureau of Investigation is charging that you smuggled out pertinent evidence. What are they talking about?
Hell if I know.
I remind you, Agent, it is a felony to withhold evidence.
You sign the same oath I did. To uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I did not join the FBI to observe people getting murdered.
You sure you want to do this?
This isn't what I signed up for.
You know, it's just a job. All right. Sure to turn in whatever evidence you got.
Is that you or Daltrey talking?
Hey, Daltrey. You know I don't care what you do with it. It'll be true to yourself, huh? Do the right thing. Only you know what that is.
That's very Chinese of you, Tom.
Yeah. Coming from you, I'd take that as a compliment.
I'll see you around.
Yeah, so long. I'll miss you.
There are agents sent by the Chan government on every major university campus in the United States. I too am being watched. I've seen them photographing me as I've left my office at night. I know what I'm doing puts me at risk. To speak out and demand change always has put those at risk in history. We are suffering enough now. We cannot be silent any longer.